The Coval house was a very special house. That's part of Mercer Island's history.
Property was owned by Meyer and Barbara Coval. They acquired the property, I believe, in the early 1980s.
He was a research scientist.
He was a brilliant mind that worked in different directions than most of our minds work.
If you said it couldn't be done, you could be sure we were going down that road.
Connected to their 8,000 square foot Japanese themed estate is a tropical oasis inspired by the owner's 9-year-old son's drawing of his dream pool, and they spared no expense in replicating it.
The most expensive part of this room probably is the ceiling and truss system.
Meyer asked me if I would come and help build his home on Mercer Island as like a piece of furniture.
Construction costs aside, the wood alone cost $500,000 to import into the U.S. And the truss system alone is over $3 million.
The wood was shipped to Germany to be milled. It was then shipped to Los Angeles to be kiln dried. From there, it got transported to Mercer Island.
The bubinga is, it's extremely heavy. It machines very, very well. It's actually a nice wood to work with. I contacted my friend Yoshikuni Shimoi, who was a carpenter from Japan, and Yosh had some ideas. So he proposed kind of a Japanese interpretation of Western truss design called Shinzuka. So he did some sketches, and off we went. It was kind of a ragtag team of artists and snowboarders and surfers. You know, we were learning as we went. The actual construction of the trusses once we had solved all the problems. That phase alone was shy of a year, which surprised me.
There's no nails, no screws at all. It's all interlocking. A ceiling like this is not easy to construct.
This is called a scarf joint, and this drops in and locks. And then the post that holds up the roof would come up underneath, and that's what's holding up the roof.
It was this kind of rambling house that went on and got bits and pieces added to it over the years. We just couldn't throw it away. This is a piece of woodworking art. This needs to be someplace where the public can enjoy it. We couldn't think of a better place to repurpose those trusses in the new Mica facility.
The opportunity to take something that is of our community and highlight it and showcase it.
We finally found a temporary home for it with the Episcopal Church. We had this crazy experience of, starting at midnight and closing down parts of Island Crest Way. It was just incredible to watch this thing get maneuvered through the streets of Mercer Island at 3 o'clock in the morning and eventually end up over at the Episcopal Church. Leslie Lane, who's the architect who works for Mica, has come up with what I think is just an amazing design for the final use of these trusses.
We had the opportunity to use that roof and incorporate it into the facility. And I think the lobby is going to be spectacular. I think it's going to be a new living room for Mercer Islanders, and I think people are going to fall in love with it.
It's a bit of a tribute for Meyer. I'm really pleased and happy that the trusses are finding a new home. I'm especially happy that it's going to be in a public space. The opportunity for a lot of people to enjoy them is really special.